Hello, the doc is in, and welcome back to another chapter of One Punch Man. It's me, the doctor. Here we are, back again. It's been 2 weeks. Back for another banger. In the last chapter, I'm not even gonna lie to you, when I started reading this chapter, I totally forgot what happened in the last chapter. Like, it started off, well, actually, hold on, let me not get ahead of myself. Last chapter, basically, the situation with Tsukiyomi is resolved by Tatsumaki. Tots starts going a little bit overboard, and Saitama comes in. He's like, chill out. And then that's the end of the chapter. And so this chapter starts off with we get to see Air. If you guys remember Air, he's the guy who was like hunting down Pig God and was like being weird and hunter animalistic, but I don't know. But anyway, he got one shot by Evil Natural Water. And now we're seeing him again. So apparently he got his throat fixed after it literally blasted out of its body. So he got his throat fixed. He's good now. We also see that rhythm guy. I believe his name is Forte. They're both in the hospital and they're talking. And we also see the other two, I believe it's A-class heroes who like he was with, like that whole group that was like pressing Saitama or whatever. Right? And they're all talking. What's his name? Forte's kind of coming to like, he's like, oh my god, my voice is different, blah blah blah. Not really that important. Forte is like, oh, I'm gonna get revenge on Saitama, and he's like, oh, you know, that guy's tricky, you know. He said he wasn't that powerful, or he's trying not to fight or whatever. Then he snuck behind me and then knocked me out. It's like it was a car, and his friends are like, well, that's because it was a car. You should probably stop wearing headphones when you fight. And he's like, oh, totally thought that was Tatsumaki or something. Speaking of Tats, because as soon as I saw her face, I was like, oh shoot, that was what happened last chapter. Hype. Alright, so Saitama holding the arm of Tatsumaki, being pissed that he is not let go of her arm. The pressure is serious. She blasts him. I mean, again, she's in murderous mode, so she blasts him. It's funny because what's about to happen in a second, but she blasts him, boom, just does a little vortex. You know how she is, creates a little vortex on the wall, right? And like she's really up in the ante. He's like, what is this all about? This is kind of like Fubuki's power, and she's just like daughter disrespect me like that again. Turns up the ante. Giant crater in the wall. That I guess you could think of it like, I guess she shoots like a ray of psychic tornado energy. So she shoots like a vortex through him. Does nothing to him. Destroys the wall behind him and then goes far, far past the Hero Association from the Hero Association building. Like, wow. No reaction to crazy stuff, right? So he's getting blasted. Like we're seeing Saitama shake physically from the amount of stuff he's doing, from the amount of pressure she's using on him, right? Fubuki's like, holy crap, he's handling the full might of Tots. And I'm like, I mean Saitama, but I mean, hey, this is the full amount of Tots. Let's go. Anyway, at this point, this is the funny part. Tatsumaki didn't know who this guy was. She literally aimed to murder him, literally turn his insides into a little spear. And she just now realized, oh shoot, you're that guy who hangs out with Demon Cyborg. I'm like, you were gonna kill him without knowing who he was? Wild stuff, right? And so she's talking to him. He's like, oh, what are you, part of the Fubuki group too? And he's like, anyway, Fubuki, can you get these guys out of here? It seems like she's kind of going crazy, right? And Tatsumaki's like, whoa, are you getting familiar with my sis? What are you to her? And so the way she makes that face, I'm like, oh shoot, she makes that like older sister, like, what are you, her boyfriend or something? It's disgusting, right? And he's like, shoot, you know, I'm not her friend or a companion or not even a mutual friend. Honestly, we're more like acquaintances. I was like, that definitely is a Saitama thing to say. He's like, we go out for lunch. To be fair, she does kind of just show up in his house and do things or tell him to do stuff or whatever. He kind of goes along with it, but yeah. And Fubuki makes such a pained face following this. I don't know what that means. Now, if you're a shipper, there's a little bit of something for everybody, right? So if you put Saitama X between the two sisters, you have a little something for both of us. But if you're a Fubuki shipper, you're like, oh, what's that face about? Like I said, you can make a play on that. I'm not a shipper. I'm just saying it's interesting. It's interesting. Anyway, Tatsumaki calms down because she's like, oh, it's not boyfriend, so I don't have to immediately murder him. So, but she's like, all right, well, if you're a acquaintance of my sister, right, let me see if you're worthy of her presence. And so again, she starts upping the ante, all right, and she starts twisting the room they're in, like physically twisting it. We have the rest of the people in the building. You got the rich people at the top, like, it's basically like, oh, structural integrity, yada yada yada. I'm like, dog. I mean, to be fair, in their moment, they probably wouldn't know. But I'm also like, they gotta find out what's going on down there. Like, they don't got no cameras or nothing. Like, I know it's a secret area, but come on. Like, everybody cannot be like, oh, this building just sucks. I'm like, guys, there are powerful people in this building. They can fight. There are powerful monsters in the world. They could fight. There's a lot of reasons why this building might shake that aren't related to its structural integrity being a progression. That's just me thing. That's just me. Nonetheless, we have heroes and everybody reacting. They're like, oh shoot, what's going on down there? Someone needs to get down there and go check it out. We come back to downstairs. She's like, physically, the panel itself is twisting. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Let's go Tatsumaki. Alright. And so he's like, holy crap, she's about to destroy this place too, right? And he's like, oh, you treat people's houses like rags or whatever. And Tatsumaki's like, I don't even give a fuck, alright? Let's just see how much you can handle. Saitama, he's like, well, if you're gonna do all that, he grabs her, like he pulls her in, still holding her arm, pulls her in, chest-wise, chest to chest, skin to skin. The face Tatsumaki meets. Alright, once again, I'm not a shipper. I'm not a shipper. I do not sit there being like, oh, earrings. But I'm just saying. This panel. That should provide you with this panel. Look at the face. She starts twisting her own. I'm just saying. Discussion portion. Moving on. And Saitama hyper jumps. You know how he is. Through the entire building, literally not from top to bottom, but he jumps through the entire thing, guarding his head, and he's like, we're going outside. This is, you might as well be going to space at this time. He kind of jumped a little hard there, overcalculated. But he jumps out of there, right? And then we got the heroes kind of seeing through the hole, like, oh shoot, Fubuki, you good down there? And then everybody's like, all right, let's get downstairs, guys. And so, as Fubuki says on that panel, she's like, on that page, the battle has begun. I'm like, I thought it was beginning already. Anyway, we have a little Koei scene. We have some lower tier monsters, let's say, Tiger class. They're about to oh yeah, we're gonna go on a rampage. And then they literally open a door full of heroes. And then they're just like, you know what? We weren't here. They close the door, walk away, end the chapter. Very nice chapter. Very, very nice. Okay. There's a couple of things to think out. First off, yes, you're definitely getting a fight between Tatsumaki and Saitama in the next chapter. That is a fact. Fubuki says it. Clearly, this based on the fact that Saitama doesn't let go of her arm, therefore still pissing her off. She's probably not going to give up. But there's definitely something to be thought about here. Tatsumaki's reaction. If you're a shipper, this is either confirmation. Well, it's definitely confirmation to you. You're just gonna think about it, confirmation. In my mind, if I'm putting my internal bias away, right? What that probably is reaction to is one of two things. One, either no one's hugged her in hella long, and so she was like, "What the? This guy hugging me." Or two, she was thinking about I was really exerting some power, and he basically neg-diffed everything I was throwing at him, and was like, let me just quickly disarm you for a second so we can get out of here and don't destroy the building. Which, I mean, hey, if I'm a super powerful psychic and I'm like, no one can fuck with me, right? and this guy fucks with me so hard that he just gives me a bear hug and it's like, come on, we're getting out of here. I feel like, what? The disrespect. But I can't wait for the next chapter. I'm sure the reactions probably gonna lean towards the whole like, how the hell did you even pull that off direction? But you know, maybe we'll get like a little ship fuel, a little bit more ship fuel. Same thing with Fubuki. The face she makes when he says that they're acquaintances is interesting. I feel like that's more credit to that ship, of the idea of like, oh, Fubuki likes Saitama in some kind of way, maybe possibly romantically, but not necessarily set up at this time. And so finding out that like he doesn't think of her as anything more than like basically a slightly above a stranger, it's kind of like, because it is interesting that she makes that face. Outside of that, not too much really happens. It's kind of like a lot of like surrounding conjecture. It seems like they're I forget what his name, Murata's plan here. Well, Murata's the one's plan here is that they're kind of like, they want to isolate the fight. So they're kind of getting rid of all those side interactions, like the stuff with Forte that they get cut away to, the stuff with Air that they could have cut away to. I mean, you didn't have to cut away to that, but I mean, they're pretty detailed story. So we gotta get rid of those things, kind of like, oh, you know, they've been helped out. The doctors, they're dealing with their stuff. The side, stuff going on in the building. People are handling the situation. Any escaped monsters, etc. Putting those on the side, and presumably, I'm hoping and imagining that next chapter is going strictly Saitama v Tatsumaki, and I can't wait. Coming off the last chapter, I was like, oh shoot, can't wait for the next chapter. We're gonna see the fight. Now, I'm once again saying, oh my god, I can't wait for the next chapter. I can't wait to see the fight. And so here we are. But yeah, that's kind of it for this chapter. With that all being said, thanks for watching the video. Peace.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and watch the videos on the right. Other than that, the doc is out. Bye.